Hello, Steve White for Steve Arts 89. I already did one video about this, but it just turned into a rant that just got all over the place. Star Wars Galaxies Edge apparently isn't doing well. I'm not surprised. When I first heard about it, I thought, what the fuck is the point of this? I remember about a year or so ago that I saw a video about them building the park, and I'm like, why are they building desert? Why are they building rocks? Are they recreating Tatooine? What is this? Tatooine, what is this? It just looked like the Millennium Falcon parked in a desert. And I'm like, okay, there must be something more to it than this. And then I saw all the videos and all that, and I'm like, no, wow, that's all it is. And it's not even Tatooine. They haven't recreated any planet from the movies or scene from the movies. It's just a random planet that's supposed to be in the Star Wars universe, and the Millennium Falcon is just sitting in it, and there's a couple other ships, all with like fences around them that you can look at, and then there's like a bar and like a couple little shops, and that's it. And I'm like, really? They spent $1 billion to build a bunch of desert rocks and hills and sit a Millennium Falcon in the middle of it. They could have just got a Millennium Falcon and just stuck it. It's really not that big as a film prop on it. Like, it's not that big a ship. They could have just built it and stuck it in the middle of the park somewhere where you couldn't miss it and spent a lot less money. And I'm really shocked. And then I heard that the attendance wasn't up. They were expecting huge lines. They were expecting it to affect the overall attendance of the park, that people would come for that, and they were putting in all these precautions for these giant lines and all these problems, and they're not there. You can basically walk on. They basically measure the popularity by the wait time, how long you have to wait to get on them, is what I'm learning. I've never been to Disneyland. I haven't been to a lot of theme parks. We don't have many in Australia, and I haven't had the opportunity to travel just to go to them. And I think I missed the Jaws ride. As I understand, they tore it out and put in the Harry Potter thing, which apparently has a 10-hour... There's a Harry Potter ride, there's a 10-hour wait. Galaxy's Edge is like 45 minutes or 60 minutes or something, which apparently is really bad. It should at least be an hour or two or something. So that's basically how they measure it. So I'm not surprised. Disney has done such a bad job of managing Star Wars, the films. They've split the fan base. They've turned it on the films, and they made two Star Wars films outside of the new trilogy, and one did good and one bombed. One was before The Last Jedi, one was after. I'm just kind of shocked that this happened, that they didn't think... Star Trek did such a better job. They basically had an environment that was like going on Deep Space Nine, and you go into a shuttle, and then you come out and you be in another section. They could have done something where you get on a shuttle and you end up in a Star Destroyer, and you see they could have recreated for all that money. They could have recreated whole parts of the ships, or they could have recreated something that actually put you into the film, into a scene in the film, and they just stick you on a desert. I mean, imagine a rainy day. Okay, there's no rainy days in California, I guess. But just imagine... I just don't know how this happened. And I'm just... part of me... Because I'm a huge Star Trek fan who's always gotten shit from Star Wars fans. And Star Wars was always supposed to be better. And the fans were always like bullies. It was always like the geeks versus the jocks. And Star Trek fans were geeks, and the jocks were like more Star Wars fans. They were more like general sci-fi fans and general people, and they always thought they were better than the Star Trek fans. There's always been this thing, and Star Trek kind of never had one person leading the direction for it. It was always whoever was producing it at the time. It was always a bit of a mess, and it's really being messed up now for Alex Kurtzman. It's being absolutely destroyed, and Star Wars always had George Lucas leading it in one direction. May have been a little bit off from where some fans wanted it to be, but it was always consistent and you could rely on it. When Disney bought it, I thought, ooh, is this going to get messy? Are they going to have a situation like where Paramount owned Star Trek, and it was just whoever was running Paramount just decided the direction of Star Trek? Is it going to be like that, or are they going to be smart? They spent $4 billion on it. Are they going to make sure they actually take care of it, or are they going to fuck it up? And they fucked it up. And a little bullied little Star Trek fanboy part of me is like, yay, Star Wars is ruined. And the rest of me is just sad because there are fans who love it and they're having trouble with the new stuff. And they were expecting a lot of people to rush to go see this, and I don't see why anyone would. It's, yeah, the Millennium Falcon's cool, but that's all it is. It's the Millennium Falcon parked in the desert. Now, with the ride, I'm a bit confused. I thought you would board the ship and it would be a life-size recreation of the ship, so you really feel like you're on the ship, and then there'd be some sort of ride when you're on it. But because of the size of the ship is so tiny, I think the ride is actually just in some other section. You just go in and pretend like you're on the Millennium Falcon. I haven't had that confirmed. Some people are talking like you get on the ship and the ride's on the ship. Other people are talking like it's separate. I haven't worked that out because I don't care enough to research it that heavy. But I just saw a bunch of videos on how it's not doing well. The attendance is down. The attendance is down for the park overall, and they spent $1 billion, and I don't see them really making the money they expected from this, because they just don't get it. They didn't get it. They failed. They could have spent $1 billion recreating so many environments or scenes from the films and put people in the film and give them a great experience. And what do they get? They just walk around the desert and, oh, there's a Millennium Falcon over there that I can stand and look at, like a prop from a movie. Oh, and there's a couple other little ships over there behind little fences that I can stand and take a couple photos. That's it for $1 billion. Wow. I'm going to leave it there. I don't want this to be a long video. The other one, I went into a rant about the problems with the Star Wars films in general versus the Star Trek films and how all that drama is, but that should be its own video, which I should be working on. This is just, wow, I'm just surprised. I don't have anything else to say. I'm just like, wow, this is real. First couple of times I heard it, I thought, it's just Star Wars fans, they're just trying to put out bad press. And I started to see a lot of articles like, oh wow, this is actually happening. The attendance is actually down. This went the way I thought it would. Like, I thought, I don't want to see that. Why would anyone want to see that? And the hardcore Star Wars fans are probably going, but the rest are sort of like, okay, it's a Millennium Falcon. That's it. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there. Feel free to like, subscribe, comment. If you know anything about the ride and about the actual Millennium Falcon ride, feel free to let me know, because you'll save me researching it. Thanks. Bye.